I'm back. It's been like 5 minutes. I don't know. Same day, same month, year, everything. That's how time works, people. Okay, Texas plays at Baylor. If you didn't pick that up, this is a Texas preview for their game on Saturday, tomorrow, October 28th, 2017. They play at Baylor. Texas is 3-4, 2-2 in conference. Baylor's 0-7, 0-4 in conference. Last week, I said Baylor's 0-7, the best 0-7 team I've ever seen. At first, it was kind of a joke, but then I looked at it. I kind of looked at them. They are actually the best 0-7 team I've ever seen. This team is capable to win games. They are capable of winning games. The first two games, they really hadn't found themselves yet. They just weren't good. Their offense wasn't good. Their defense wasn't that good. They haven't figured out their team chemistry, and how they'd been. Then they went and played Duke. They kept that game close for a while. Duke ended up pulling away and winning. They almost beat Oklahoma at home. That was a big game for them that they lost. And then they were getting blown out by K-State, but they kind of crawled their way back in the game and lost by 2 possessions. Then they got killed by Oklahoma State, so that kind of throws everyone off. Then last week, they were down big time against West Virginia, 38-13, and it was like, oh, this team's bad again. Then they put Charlie Brewer in, and they were actually doing pretty good. They came back. They were down by 2. 2-point conversion descended to overtime. They failed the 2-point conversion, did not get the onside kick, and they lost. So, this game, if you did not hear, Sam Ehlinger, quarterback for Texas, out with a concussion. Center Zach Shackelford also out with a concussion. Both players did not travel with the team today, Friday. It's in Waco. It's just a couple-hour drive. But, they did not travel with their concussions, which means Shane Buechele will start for Texas. And I don't know the dude's name. It's something. It's something. It's like Gunner or Kuner. I'm about to find it. Give me a minute. Anyways, I'll just keep talking. After Charlie Brewer, what he did last week for Baylor's, Matt Rule said that Zach Smith will still start for Baylor. I don't like that call if I'm a Baylor fan, and I'm not a Baylor fan, but for the Baylor fans out there, yeah. So, and then the backup for, anyways, going back to the Texas thing, the backup for Shane Buechele, quarterback, will be Gerard Hurd, who transferred to wide receiver. After Shane Buechele came in, it was him versus Tyrone Swoops. And the backup for center for Texas is Terrell Cuny. I was in there. He was the center when Texas played Kansas State and won in double overtime. That's irrelevant, but I thought you would like to know that, interwebs, whatever you want to call. So Texas offense is not good, and Baylor's defense is not good. That's a matchup that's going to probably decide the game, because Texas defense is pretty darn good, and then Baylor's offense is decent, and it can be good at times. Their run game has been improving, Baylor's run game. Terrence Williams has been doing pretty decent, but their top rusher is Levet. I don't know what his first name is, but he's been improving. They had one guy go off for him last week in rushing and receiving. I don't know his name. The top receiver, Mims, he's been doing pretty good. He had that one big game against Oklahoma. He pretty much exposed Oklahoma's secondary. But obviously, last time they were in Waco, Texas was 4-7. Going into the game, they had nothing to lose. Baylor, if they win that game, they most likely make it to a New Year's Six Bowl, and Texas beat them in Waco. So that was cool. Yeah. Then Art Briles got fired. And it just went downhill from there for Baylor. So yeah, honestly, I think it's going to be a close game. It's in Waco. Texas has been struggling. They haven't been able to close out close games. A lot of people think that Baylor, this is a chance for their first win. But I just don't think Baylor has enough talent on the defensive side of the ball. I think Texas offense will look good against Baylor's defense just because Baylor's defense is so bad. You want to hear the numbers? They're they're allowing 515 yards a game, 291 passing, 224 rushing. That's pretty bad. And they're allowing 40 points a game. That's not what you want on the defensive end. Their offense isn't doing much better. Their offense is better than their defense, obviously. Their offense keeps them in the game. But Baylor's going to need a lot of offense this week if they want to win. But I just don't see them having enough. I think Texas pulls out the win. The road win, getting them a much-needed victory before going into next week's game at TCU. I think Texas wins 24-14. But it'll be a hard-fought game by both teams. It's going to be interesting. If Texas pulls it off, they will move to 4-4. If Baylor pulls it off, they'll be 1-7. But I think Texas will win, so that'll put Texas 4-4, Baylor 0-8. And then, yeah. So that's all I got for that. NBA video coming tomorrow. Recap coming tomorrow or Sunday. What else was there? NASCAR. Round of 8 preview tomorrow, most likely. So that's all I got. So you heard it. Texas. I got Texas beating Baylor on the road. Bouchel starting. Zach Smith starting on the other side. Daryl Gunnell starting at center now. Gerard Hurd backup. This is just a recap of the recap. Or the recap of the preview. Baylor not off offense. Texas beats Baylor's defense. That's all I got. So talk to you tomorrow.